One exhaustingly hot day at a construction site, an old construction worker who had been working in the job site for decades, suddenly became very bored and decided to quit construction work. He wanted to fulfill his long-time passion to become a doctor. He went home, used much of his savings, and started transforming a part of his living room into a clinic. He then immediately put up a sign up outside his house that said, "Get your treatment for $500, if not cured get back $1,000. A real doctor from a few blocks away from his house saw the signboard. He was very skeptical. He was so sure that whoever put up that clinic didn't know anything about medicine. So the doctor thought to expose the scam that the newly opened clinic is operating. At the same time, this would be a great opportunity to easily get $1,000. The doctor, whose name was Alex, went inside and posed as a patient. He requested for a checkup with the imposter doctor. A few moments later, the nurse called him and went inside the imposter's clinic. He introduced himself as Dr. Glenn. Dr. Alex said, "Dr. Glenn, it's been 2 weeks now. I'm afraid my mouth have lost its ability to taste. Can you please help me?" He hides his smirk. Then Dr. Glenn called for his nurse. "Grace, please bring medicine from box 32, and put 1 drop in Alex's mouth." The nurse hurriedly complied. As soon as the medicine landed on his tongue, Dr. Alex immediately spit out the medicine, and said, "What the hell? This is gasoline?" While tears welled up his eyes. Then Dr. Glenn was astounded. "Congratulations, you've got your taste back. That will be $500? Dr. Alex gets annoyed and irritatedly paid for the doctor's fee. Dr. Alex was dismayed, and goes home to rethink his strategy. He went back after a couple of days figuring a way to recover his money. Dr. Alex went with his wife this time, entered the clinic, and said, "Doctor, my husband suddenly lost his memory the day after he went to your clinic. Now he cannot remember anything. It must have been a side effect from the medicine you gave him." She furiously reiterated. Dr. Glenn was quiet. He thinks for a moment, then said, "Nurse Grace, please bring medicine from box 32, and put 2 drops in the patient's mouth." Then Dr. Alex suddenly stood up, and said, "Oh no you don't, that's gasoline." Tremblingly shaking, Dr. Glenn stood up, and clapped with glee. "Congratulations, you've got your memory back. That will be $500, he said smilingly. Dr. Alex frustratedly paid, and went out with his wife. She was blaming him for losing a total of $1,000. Both left angrily and frustrated. Both rethinks for a new strategy to recover their losses. After several more days of strategizing, both husband and wife came back to the clinic. Dr. Alex's wife was furious. "Doctor, look at what your medicine did to my husband. You turned him almost blind. Furthermore, he has become weak." "Oh my, let me check him." Dr. Glenn examined his eyes. After a careful examination, he then said, "Well, I'm very sorry. It's very unfortunate that I don't have any medicine for that. In that case, I'll be giving you a $1,000. You can go to the city hospital for a checkup." Dr. Glenn went to the cash register, and handed over cash to Dr. Alex. Then Dr. Alex gazed at the cash, and went furious. "But this is only $100. Fuming in anger, Dr. Glenn jumped for joy, took the money back, then said, "Congratulations, you are healed and got your vision back. Now that will be $500.